President Xi Jinping swears in Macau's new chief executive, Sam Ho-Fai. 10 weeks in prison for a taxi driver who overcharged passengers. Hello, happy Friday. This is TVB News. President Xi Jinping today officiated at the inauguration of the sixth-term government of the Macau SAR, with Sam Ho-Fai being sworn in as the new chief executive. The event also celebrated the 25th anniversary of Macau's return to the motherland. Speaking at the ceremony, Xi hailed the success of One Country, Two Systems while talking about what Hong Kong and Macau should do in the future. Celine Chan reports from Macau.
President Xi Jinping attended the inauguration ceremony of Macau's sixth-term government held at the Macau East Asian Games Dome. In a speech delivered during the ceremony,
澳门是镶嵌在南海之滨的
Xi said Macau, located on the South China Sea coast, is a shining pearl. He said the city has made great achievements since its return to the motherland, which proves that the one country, two systems principle has a systemic advantage and strong vitality. The principle, he said, has ensured the long-term prosperity and stability of Hong Kong and Macau. The Chinese leader stressed the importance of four main points. First, upholding the one-country basis while making good use of two systems, implementing the full governing authority of the central government, respecting the differences in the two systems, ensuring a high degree of autonomy in the Hong Kong and Macau special administrative regions. The second point is to maintain a high level of security while pursuing high-quality development. The third point is to allow the unique advantages of the two SARs to excel and strengthen internal and external connections. And the fourth point is to promote the core values and facilitate inclusivity and harmony. He said One Country, Two Systems has reached a new phase, and the new Macau administration should reform and take the responsibility to take actions. President Xi also has four hopes for Macau: the promotion of appropriate economic diversification, enhancement of the special administrative region's governance, the building of an improved platform for opening to the outside world, and the maintenance of harmony and stability in Macau. Xi also talked about the positioning for the development of Hengqin, saying the central government's decision to develop Hengqin is to help Macau diversify its economy and create more jobs for the people. Such positioning must be well grasped, he said, and projects inconsistent with this should not be developed there. President Xi said the near future will be an important period for China's modernization and the Chinese people's rejuvenation. He also said that the One Country, Two Systems is a good policy that helps to maintain the long-term prosperity and stability in Hong Kong and Macau, which also helps to build a stronger country and achieve national rejuvenation. Celine Chan, TVB News, Macau.
A flag-raising ceremony was held in Macau today as part of the celebrations marking the 25th anniversary of the SAR. And later in the morning, President Xi Jinping swore in Macau's new chief executive and his governing team. Mimo Singhai reports.
Early Friday morning, the flag-raising ceremony marking the 25th anniversary of the establishment of the Macau SAR took place at Golden Lotus Square. Sam Ho-Fai, the incoming chief executive of the enclave, was among those in attendance. About 2 hours later, at the Macau East Asian Games Dome, 62-year-old Sam Ho-Fai was sworn into office.
尽忠职守，遵守法律。
The new CE vowed to safeguard the stability and development of Macau. Sam's governing team was also sworn in. President Xi then shook hands with each of them. In his inauguration speech, Sam said it is an honor for him to take over the role of the SAR leader. He said the new government will take a people-centered approach, aiming to elevate governance and reform the judicial system to ensure an effective and fair government of high integrity in the enclave. Some stressed that the administration will focus on tackling the economy, including sorting out imbalanced problems in the city's economic development. Mims 9, TVB News.
President Xi Jinping left Macau this afternoon after concluding his three-day trip. Before leaving the city, he visited some of the new senior members of Macau's legislative, administrative, and judicial sectors, expressing his confidence in them and his expectations. Samantha Lee tells us more.
President Xi Jinping and his wife Peng Liyuan arrived at the Macau International Airport around 3:30 this afternoon. Before the pair walked into the cabin, a group of children bade them a fond farewell. The first couple waved back to them. A student sent the First Lady a bouquet. She also had a short conversation with the new Macau leader Sam Ho-fai, who was just sworn in as the sixth-term chief executive of the Macau SAR. President Xi and his wife then boarded the plane. Earlier, she met with Sam Ho-fai and Macau officials. She expressed his confidence that Sam will lead the new government and society with loyalty and integrity. The Chinese leader also said the central government would fully support Sam and the SAR government in fulfilling their duties. She also met the new administrative, legislative, and judicial officials. He hoped the officials could create a new era of glory for the country and Macau. Samantha Lee, TV News.
President Xi Jinping mentioned Hong Kong multiple times in his speeches while he was in Macau. Writing in his social media page, Chief Executive John Lee said Xi's speeches show the care and support that the central government has for Hong Kong and Macau. Lee said it also means the country approves the full implementation of the one country, two systems principle. Chief Secretary for Administration Eric Chan, meanwhile, said Xi's wishes for Macau also act as a development guidance for Hong Kong. The observatory recorded a low temperature of 11.9 degrees Celsius on Friday morning. The cold weather warning was in force until 10:30 a.m. It was sunny during the day. People wrapped themselves in thick clothing. Under the effect of the northeast monsoon, the weather is expected to remain cool and dry in the next 2 days. A taxi driver with previous records of overcharging on fares was sentenced to 10 weeks in prison after committing the crime again 2 months ago. The case was heard in the Eastern Magistrates Court, where the 54-year-old defendant pleaded guilty to 4 charges of overcharging on taxi fares. The chief magistrate noted that the defendant had been jailed for more than 10 weeks in the past for committing the same crime. The defendant was sentenced to 10 weeks in prison and fined $5,000. Case details revealed that the passenger in the defendant's taxi on October 4th was a police officer working undercover. The defendant did not start the taxi meter and charged the officer $150 for the taxi fare. He was arrested on the spot. South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol is willing to present his views himself during legal proceedings related to his short-lived declaration of martial law. That's according to a lawyer advising Yoon, who has repeatedly refused to cooperate with investigators trying to question him over the incident. Meanwhile, lawyer and longtime friend of Yoon, Suk Dong-hyun, told reporters that the multiple seemingly overlapping investigations involving Yoon should be streamlined. Suk said Yoon's short-lived martial law decree did not amount to a rebellion, and the president did not intend to paralyze parliament. Suk also denied claims that Yoon had ordered the military to arrest his political opponents. Still ahead, a Trump-backed spending bill fails to pass the U.S. House of Representatives as a government shutdown looms. Australian exports of live rock lobster to China can restart immediately. And a dinosaur fossil exhibition at the Hong Kong Discovery Center. Welcome back. A spending bill backed by Donald Trump to fund operations and suspend the debt ceiling failed in the U.S. House of Representatives on Thursday as Democrats and dozens of Republicans defied the president-elect. This has left Congress with no clear plan to avert a fast-approaching government shutdown that could disrupt Christmas travel and cut off paychecks for more than 2 million federal workers. Tracy Furness has more.
U.S. President Joe Biden arrived back in Washington as lawmakers on Capitol Hill were grappling with their ability to avert a government shutdown. President-elect Donald Trump had abruptly rejected a bipartisan plan to prevent a government shutdown, instead telling House Speaker Mike Johnson and Republicans to renegotiate on Wednesday, just 2 days before a deadline when federal funding expires. In a hastily convened vote, lawmakers failed to reach the 2/3 threshold needed for passage. But Johnson appeared determined to try again before Friday's midnight deadline.
It's a long process. Sometimes it takes a while to reach consensus, but we're going to do the right thing here tonight. The American Relief Act of 2024 will provide temporary funding to get us into the first part of next year.
The outcome has proved a massive setback for Trump and his billionaire ally Elon Musk, who rampaged against Johnson's bipartisan compromise to prevent a Christmas-time shutdown. Tracy Furness, TVB News.
Australian exports of live rock lobster to China can restart immediately, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said today. Australia received a notification from Beijing that exports of rock lobster can resume. The decision marks the resolution of all outstanding trade impediments imposed by China on Australian exports after ties between the two nations had stabilized, Albanese said in a statement. China first imposed unofficial bans and tariffs on Australian goods worth $12.5 billion US, including rock lobster, in late 2020 after Canberra called for an inquiry into the origins of COVID-19. A dinosaur fossil exhibition opened today at the Hong Kong Discovery Center. All visitors are granted free entry and a chance to view the restoration work. Anip tells us more.
The $3 million dinosaur parlor located in Kowloon Park features an observation area where visitors can watch experts as they work on 30 locally discovered rocks containing dinosaur fossils. The fossils were excavated from Port Island near Tai Po, and it could take up to 9 months for experts to thoroughly examine them. A group of primary school students visited the exhibition. One student said that she had a lot of fun.
Because one rock is so big and one dinosaur is so big.
Another visitor was a tourist from Australia.
This is the first time ever I've seen something like this, so it was quite amazing actually. It puts into perspective not only how the life really began on this planet, but also how much the humanity as a species has come along.
A local resident said that the exhibition gave him his first understanding of dinosaurs, but he noted that the exhibition was small and that it would be nice if the parlor could add in more exhibition fossils from related organizations in the mainland. The 470-square-foot area can accommodate up to 35 visitors for each 10-minute viewing session and will be open every day except Thursdays.
2024 marks the 200th anniversary of dinosaur research, as well as the Year of the Dragon in Chinese zodiac. The Dinosaur Parlor hopes to encourage people to explore Hong Kong's story of dinosaurs. And TVB News.
That's the news. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.